Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be covering up all the potential upcoming drops for the rest of August, and also going to kind of give you guys the quick recap of all throughout the week, so you guys kind of know what places to be on the lookout for next week. And as well, we'll probably go a little bit more on the in-depth for this upcoming week too as well, playing on Monday for our weekly series, because we actually sometimes do see a lot more employee information, leaks, information, rumors, stock arrivals, and all of that. But I kind of want to give you guys the really quick rough idea of what to be on the lookout for the rest of August. As well, I'm going to probably give you guys out the dates, so in case you guys have like a Google Calendar or want to pull out your phone or whatever, these might be good rough dates to be on the lookout for. But of course, as well, these are always subject to change depending on stock, whatever Sony does. And also sometimes these really big retailers, GameStops, Walmart, Best Buys, etc., kind of have a mind of their own. So this is just based on the trends, based on the usual restocks, based on like when the last restocks have actually happened, and all of that good stuff. So if you guys will sit back, relax, and enjoy, and as well enjoy your weekends too. If any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, as well just in general for restock news, Sony news. We'll probably have a lot of gaming news all throughout this weekend. Twitter and Twitch stream down below if you guys want to follow. Twitter just for tweets, sometimes restocks. Twitch just to hang out and chill or playing video games. Amazon links as I mentioned. And of course, sign up for Weeble with the link down below. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stock and free money. Go on, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And without further ado, let's go dive in the video itself. So the major focus I want to be on is for all the future upcoming drops. But let me give you guys the quick recap of what's actually happened throughout this week. We had Anton Line go and do their weekly drop. They did have PlayStation 5s and also GPUs and also Xbox Series S's. We did not see the Xbox Series X's, so we'll probably actually have a pretty nice bundle for them coming out in the near future, hopefully. Gamefly also did do a PS5 restock too as well, but also that means that they also might be getting an Xbox Series X. So next week, be on the lookout for both of those most likely. Walmart did actually do a double back-to-back restock. We also did have both a Walmart pretty big restock wave, as well as Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 Digital from the Walmart store throughout this Thursday as well. Bear that in mind. We did not go and see Best Buy go and restock at all, which definitely made me sad. We even talked about that earlier on throughout today, but stock is there, so we'll touch on that. Target, we had some small early morning stuff, but nothing super crazy. And I think the major big focus of what happened throughout this week, besides that completely mess of a Walmart restock, was the GameStop restock that did happen really early on throughout this week. So we actually had a pretty okay week. We saw some movement, we saw some big retailers, and it kind of opens up a pretty open-ended area for this next upcoming week too as well, and for the rest of the month. So now I kind of want to go give you guys the quick rundown of when the rough times they'll be restocking for all these other locations for the rest of August. Now, as I mentioned before, we will probably go a little bit more on the in-depth side. We also have the walk-in news and some other things too as well on the channel throughout this weekend. But just keeping you guys up to date. This is kind of the really rough ideas, just so you guys can know, be aware, and all that good stuff. So, number one, we did actually have GameStop go do back-to-back weeks. So we could probably maybe go and assume there's going to be not a drop next week unless there's just a really big stock arrival that goes to all these places. If there's some really big stock that we're just not expecting or just not used to, then we could probably actually have more extra stock than we assume. But unless we are overdue for an Xbox Series X, because both those restocks for GameStop did not have any of that stock, so we can either go and assume that for next week there will be no restocks at all for GameStop. Would not be that unlikely. It's been 2 weeks and back-to-back. Usually have to have a little bit of time to wait for more stock to hit warehouses, wait for stock to arrive, all of that. But if they want to maybe do a very small PlayStation 5 and kind of bigger Xbox Series X restock, they could potentially have one on the 10th to the 13th. We'll usually have a basically an alert before then, like maybe like 2 days or 1 day beforehand when it comes to the GameStop tweets, emails, and Instagram posts. It's always nice for us to be on the lookout for. I will usually make a video or tweet about it on my YouTube channel in case you guys see that stuff overall. And if for some odd reason, which is more expected, they do not want to go and do any other restocks at all, I'd probably go and assume there might be a nice little 17th or 20th give or take on that date, which would probably be including both the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X's. We used to always go and see GameStop do a very consistent Wednesday restock. We've now seen them do sometimes on Tuesdays as well as sometimes on Thursdays. Kind of mixing it up. Might just maybe just depend on whenever they get the stock and all of that. So those are going to be the 2 date ranges we're going to look out for these upcoming GameStop restocks. So very good news for that one. Like I said, they are very much overdue for the Xboxes. So hopefully they'll be sooner rather than later. As well, we also now have the Target. Now, we did not have a Target restock happen this week, but we did go and see it literally exactly 1 week ago from today. So now we actually have 2 drop ranges to be on the lookout for. As you guys know, Target does do those early morning drops. when they receive stock. So always be on the lookout for PS5 digitals as well as Xbox Series X and S consoles. We have been seeing those floating around a bajillion amount of times, like a lot. So just always been on the lookout for those in the early mornings. But a lot of you guys out there are trying to find the PlayStation 5 disc editions. So our 2-date range is going to be on the lookout for that. The 12th and 13th will probably be the most likely, but that does seem a little bit more on the earlier end, and we haven't really seen, we'll still be tracking for sure if we see any stock arrivals on this upcoming Monday or this weekend. But I think it does seem a little bit early. We usually do see Target do maybe 3 weeks or so for all of their restock dates and times. So we're probably going to be more on the lookout for the 18th to 20th range, depending on if Target gets a stock, if we see employees starting to receive stock, and overall just kind of how the overall drops kind of seem to be going. But overall, Target is at least throughout the rest of the month. We actually might have a chance to see 2 of those drops. We'll probably see at least 2 of those drops for GameStop too as well. They've been very consistent, maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe would explain why they keep on dropping so often. And sometimes big boys like Target are extremely big, wide, nationwide drops. Same thing too as well with Best Buy. Now, on the topic of Best Buy, we will probably be assuming we'll be seeing them next week. We'll probably see if we can try to get more employee information, stock arrival, stock information, etc. throughout all of today. But when it comes to Best Buy itself, any day throughout Monday through Friday next week, we'll probably be expecting some drops. I'm probably going to assume, I could be wrong, that Best Buy will be doing more earlier in the week, like say a Monday, Tuesday drop, mainly because their last drop was on Friday. It's been over now 2 weeks. Stock is physically there. Same with the Xboxes, but of course, I am not Best Buy themselves, so they can kind of just, they could even literally just not even drop next week for all we know. But the likelihood is extremely a nice 85-90% throughout next week. If it does not happen, I'd be thoroughly surprised. But basically, we'll be on the lookout for them from the 9th to the 14th for sure. That should be also including PlayStations. We do know they have a bigger PlayStation 5 stock number, and also Xbox Series X's too as well. Those numbers are a lot smaller, but just for almost all these retailers, the Xboxes are very, very much overdue. As well, Amazon. They have been sitting on PS5 digitals. I do keep on mentioning those in my videos just until it eventually does go and happen. But at least we do know they're sitting there. At least we know they're just existing. When it comes to the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition, we have not seen any brand new PlayStation 5 disc arrivals as of yet. Same with the Xbox Series X's, same with the Xbox Series S's, but overall, they're all collectively very much overdue. So whenever it comes to that stuff, I'm not going to go and guarantee that Amazon will be up this next week or even this next weekend, but with the PS5 digital stocks being there, it does kind of bump up the likelihood of them all getting big batches, and as well with all the other consoles too, it makes a lot of sense. But when it comes to all the consoles overall, I'd probably say we want to wait for more PlayStation 5 disc editions to go and show on up, and whenever they do, we'll probably have the likelihood of a drop happening extremely close. Though we do sometimes know that Amazon does like to go sit on stock and kind of play us around for a little bit. So probably any time throughout the next week or 2 weeks or so, I'd probably say within 3 weeks, almost without a doubt. But I'd probably say 2 weeks seems like a nice golden number if we see any more PS5 disc editions. And I always tell you guys to make sure you guys are subscribed or have the notifications on. I'll let you guys know if we see any stock arrivals. As well now, Walmart. I actually had a back-to-back restock, but Walmart is actually overdue for the past 3 weeks of stock. So if I had a guess, I could always be wrong. I'd probably want to assume that Walmart themselves will be doing a week off, maybe a 2-week reset when it comes to the stock. So if everything kind of goes extremely well, we can maybe be expecting a drop up on the 19th. If I had a guess and assume for both the PlayStation 5 disc, PlayStation 5 digital, and Xbox Series X. But as I mentioned, we also had 3 drops prior that are still sitting, and we're still waiting for stock from them to actually arrive and go and show on up. So hopefully in the near future, those will all be basically all sorted through, and the faster they're sorted through, the better, because that means we have more chances for stock, more chances for stock arrivals, and in theory should make everything a little bit easier for us to go and get. I'd probably assume next week, especially with 2 back-to-back drops, and the same take as well for GameStop, that we'll probably be assuming either stuff on the 19th or 26th for the rest of this month of August. As well, we also do always have the various places. Don't forget Anton Len always does their weekly drops. Costco and Sam's Club are extremely overdue, and we'll probably try our best to find a little bit more information to make our next weekly video a little bit more better and more worthwhile for you guys to want to go and watch and see. But that should be all the pretty much rest of the big boys for this. If you guys did get a console throughout this week, please leave a comment, let me know. I always love seeing W's and all of that. as well. We'll definitely have some more videos all throughout this weekend, so make sure you guys are on the lookout for all of those. I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully August will be a good month for all of you guys to get your consoles and all that good stuff, because I want you guys to get them. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Notifications on. Make sure you guys all just subscribe for gaming news in general. Like the video. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller. Twitter and Twitch stream as well. Link down below. And of course, sign up for Weeble. Deposit $100. You guys go get free stack and free money. Coinbase, you guys go buy $100 worth of any cryptocurrency. You guys go and get free Bitcoin. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully, we'll get some more restacks coming to you guys in the near future. Love you guys.